This AI chatbot costs $2 to run. In a year, the same chatbot costs 20,000. Nothing about it changed except one thing. You build it in an afternoon. You test it a few times. The bill at the end of the month? $2.14. But then 100,000 people start using it, and every single message becomes input tokens, output tokens, repeated context, retries, and tool calls. That $20 demo? At scale, it's a $20,000 bill. Most AI projects don't fail because the technology is bad. They fail economically. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it happens, with the math. In the next 7 minutes, I'll show you what a token actually is, the one formula that prices any AI feature, and the 5 hidden multipliers that quietly blow up your bill. And at the very end, I'll hand you the free calculator that does all of this math for you, before you write a single line of code. Stick around for that. If you build with AI and you don't want the bill to surprise you, subscribe. This whole channel is about one thing, the real cost of AI. So, a token. A token is just a small chunk of text the model reads or writes. A short word might be 1 token, a longer one, 2 or 3. Now the part that actually hits your wallet. You pay for tokens going in, your prompt, your instructions, your documents, the chat history. And you pay, usually more, for tokens coming out, the model's answer. AI pricing isn't per question, it's per token, in and out, every single request. That's why tokens are the new cloud bill. Let's price a real one. Say you're building an AI customer support bot. The formula's coming, and I promise it's simpler than it looks. Cost per request equals input tokens plus output tokens, each multiplied by its price per million. That's it. That's the whole thing. One support answer sends in about 5,000 input tokens. That's your system prompt, the company's policies, and the customer's question. The model writes back about 800 output tokens. Using example prices, $3 per million in, $15 per million out. Input cost, 5,000 over a million times $3 is 1.5 cents. Output cost, 800 over a million times $15 is 1.2 cents. So one support answer costs about 2.7 cents. Feels free, right? That's the trap. Now multiply by 100,000 requests a month. 2.7 cents becomes $2,700 a month, over 30,000 a year for one feature. And notice something, the model read far more than it wrote. 5,000 in, 800 out. But the output cost more than the input. Output tokens are usually the most expensive line on your whole bill. Remember that. It changes how you design everything. Quick one for the comments. What's the most shocking AI bill you've seen? Comment below the video. And stick around because the multiplier I'm about to show you catches almost everyone. That $2,700 number? That's the optimistic version. In production, 5 hidden multipliers push it higher. 1. Repeated context. Every request resends the same system prompt, the same policies, the same instructions. You're paying for the identical 4,000 tokens on every single call, like buying the same cup of coffee 100,000 times. 2. Long outputs. We just saw output is the priciest line. A model told to be helpful and thorough writes 3 paragraphs where 1 sentence would do. Verbose answers quietly dominate the bill. 3. Chat history bloat. In a conversation, every new turn resends all the previous turns. Message 10 pays for messages 1 through 9 all over again. A long chat doesn't cost linearly, it costs more and more and more per turn. 4. Retries and failures. A timeout, broken JSON, a hallucinated tool argument. Each retry is a full, second request you pay for. A 5% retry rate is a 5% tax on everything. 5. And this is the big one, agent loops. An AI agent doesn't call the model once. It thinks, calls a tool, reads the result, thinks again, calls another tool. One user request can become 5, 10, 50 model calls. That 2-cent request? Inside an agent, it can quietly become 50 cents. Same feature, 20 times the bill. So why does the pilot look fine? Because at 100 users, none of this hurts. The demo is honest about 100 users and lying about 100,000. That gap between pilot and production is where budgets die. Now the good news, every one of those multipliers has a fix. Smart teams don't hope the bill is okay, they engineer it down. 5 moves. Move 1. Measure first. You can't cut what you can't see. Track tokens, cost, retries, and tool calls per request, per user, per feature. Most teams have no idea which feature is eating the budget. The ones who win do. Move 2. Cache the repeated stuff. Remember those 4,000 identical tokens on every call? Prompt caching lets you pay a fraction for repeated input. In our example, cached input runs 30 cents per million instead of $3. That's 10 times cheaper. Put the stable content first, the dynamic content last. Move 3. Route to the right model. You don't send every letter by overnight courier, so stop sending every request to the most expensive model. Simple classification, small model. Complex legal reasoning, save the big model for that. Routing alone can cut a bill in half. Move 4. Limit the output. Set a maximum length. Ask for concise answers. Since output is your priciest line, shorter answers are direct savings. And honestly, users prefer them anyway. Move 5. Put guardrails on your agents. Cap the number of tool calls and loops per task. Give every agent a budget and a stop condition. An agent without a budget is a blank check. Do those 5 things, and the bill we calculated doesn't just survive scale, it shrinks. Caching cuts repeated input by 90%. Routing halves your model cost. Output limits trim the most expensive line. Same product, a fraction of the cost. So the real lesson, AI cost is way more than a pricing problem. It's an architecture problem, a product problem, and a governance problem. The teams who treat it that way build AI that's actually profitable. The teams who don't get the surprise bill. So we have created a free AI cost calculator that you can use. It does everything we just did. Plug in your tokens, your users, your prices, and it tells you the monthly bill, the cost per user, and your margin before you build. Pull the input and output prices straight from your model provider's pricing page. And if you run a self-hosted model, this needs your own per token cost, the number your LLM ops team can give you. The cost per user and the margin you see depend on the numbers you put in. Links in the description. And in the next video, I'll show you how to calculate the cost of any AI app before you write a single line of code. See you next week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update from us.